Here we go.
Nate, can't find the key. Married in a year. There you go. Married in a year in the suburbs. The kid on the way. Convincing yourself you're living the American dream. And I'll be dancing out in California.
Yeah, right where you are.
Right where you are.
Convincing myself one day I'll ride along.
Right where you are.
Another girl I dated married. 8 of them. Chase the heartbreak with the pantry. 7 down, how many to go? I'm insecure. To light that fire with you stand.
You got me in a Johnny Carson moment. When they pull in on Carson, he'd be like this, and he'd quick blow the plume of smoke out the side.
Okay.
To romance, fuel for your love affair. I thought I'd love you in the morning, baby. Oh, I guess
Wow.
Ugh.
you
Off to an
loved
inauspicious
him in
start.
the evening late.
People, these guys are just ragging out their voices. They're like, I'll just squawk this out.
It's so sincere. You should see all of the parodies of this, because everybody does the things that he's on his tippy toes a lot when he's singing this, and everybody's like, why?
Okay. Who is this man and why is everyone paying attention to him?
For two reasons. I think there are a lot of people who enjoy the sincerity and who really like the song, and then there's quite a few more people who are really like making fun of this guy.
More schmaltz than sincerity. Maybe
It's really
I don't know.
schmaltzy, but if you ever see him talk, he's just like, well, if people are making fun of it, let's give him more attention, and I just want to touch people.
Yeah, hey, as long as they press click, I don't care why.
Yeah, that seems to be a big thing nowadays, is that people really don't, they're really not concerned with the reasons of why people are watching them. They just,
Whatever
watching.
works. Yeah, that's what it is to have no taste. If you just throw a bunch of shit against the wall and the one that sticks, you're like, all right, I'll do that. Not my idea, it's you guys' idea, but if that's what you want from me, I guess I'll do that. That's what it is to have no fucking personality, no spine, and no artistic vision. Whoa, listen to me. Woo! On the soapbox, in the early hour.
The thing is, Mike, you know,
I'm being hyperbolic.
and he is. I believe he is sincere, and that's the thing. Is that you don't have to be good.
It really helped.
people-
It used to help.
If people like you, there's your link. By the way, if you want to send
That's
to
fair. Thank you. That's fair. Well, that's what success is about, There's no counting for taste. People like what they like.
Now it looks like I'm only got one. I've got one. We've got one viewer today, and I don't know if we
Hey,
should
viewer.
go to a different, because I think that anybody that would possibly like the show that's not on Facebook is probably watching the Tim Heidecker live podcast. Now I know that there's a number of people who've told me, and only like 50 to 70 people watch this, but a number of people told me, hey, I'll watch it later because you're on at the same time as them, or I'm working.
Are we competing with Tim?
Yeah, we're taking like 50 viewers from. Well, no, I think that he's winning. I don't think we're competing with him at all. That's the thing. Maybe we should go on,
No,
on
I
at a
don't.
different time.
I don't think we have necessarily the same viewer listeners.
Apparently, we do.
There's a lot of fish in the sea. Jerry.
I know.
I don't think Eric's draw is going to. I drink your milkshake. I don't think he's sending his straw over drinking our milkshake. I think there's plenty of viewers, especially for Tim. I don't watch Tim and Eric. I like Tim and Eric. I think they're well and good, but they're just too all over the place and absurd a little bit for me
Yeah, we're too old.
to be
Uh,
devotees. You're right. You're right. I think it is too old. I think too much in sort of logical constructs. I want there to be justification. And when absurdities just keep drifting from one to another, that is when you lose me and other old folk like myself.
I mean, well, if we want to talk about them more, but I haven't seen them do much together.
I'm not that versed actually. I haven't seen that much of their stuff, so I shouldn't be judgy McJudgerstein. But
And
I know
they
Bob
don't.
loves
I don't
them.
think they do that much together anymore. Tim is kind of doing his own thing. That podcast is his with some other people, and it's a little bit more straight up. I haven't seen them do the.
They're funny. They're funny, and he's an interesting guy.
Yeah, and the podcast is a little bit more just kind of like what we're doing. I think they got a lot of. They have Vic Berger doing and DJ Doug Pound doing a lot of sound effects and different little tricks in the background. They
No, I
always
admire
have a
those guys.
guest.
I admire them greatly. It is a different cup of tea. Continue. He has guests.
They have guests. They usually have a guest in the studio. So yeah, it's a little bit different.
So it's more of a podcast. It's not a.
It's a hangout. It's a hangout,
Uh-huh.
definitely. But they got a little bit more. I wouldn't say more. Got a lot of support. There's like 3 guys running the boards and all that, all that stuff. So they got a lot of stuff going on during the
Right.
show.
Well, that's all on you on this one.
It is. Now I could have a little bit, I could have more sound effects if you wanted me to.
I don't think it's that.
And here's the first
Now I
sound
know
effect.
we can call for timpani.
Anytime
That
you
reminds
want,
me of
man.
Jerry Lewis. When Jerry Lewis wanted to look at the big board, see how much money they'd earned for muscular dystrophy.
How much money has the Lubavitch and or
Or
when
if it wasn't enough, he gets serious. Come on, people.
it's 4 o'clock in the morning here, 1 o'clock in Vegas, 4 o'clock in the morning wherever you are on the East Coast. Or unless he was sleeping, he would just take a break and then Ed McMahon would take over, or nobody. It would just be no host and the acts would just come out.
My brother told me that he just went round the clock, but no, he'd have Ed come out and take over.
Yeah, he'd have to come out for hours, for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Can you send the Sanso time? Oh, I gotta
think-
send him the actual link. Okay.
Oh, does Raj not have the link? We're waiting for our third partner on this in this 3-hander.
Yeah, you explain that.
I think he got brought down. Probably 20 or 60 minutes. Probably did an expose about how much money was actually going to his kids and how much his pal got paid to fly in to do it.
That was always a point of contention, and also the point of contention was if it was ever going to do anything, if they were making any progress on that on the disease that he was. I think it was muscular dystrophy, was it? Or no, his
Yes,
wasn't.
muscular dystrophy.
Yeah,
absolutely.
as if they were actually making any. And I think they have, and since then, since it's been off.
I have not heard about any breakthroughs in muscular dystrophy.
Okay, I thought
But
they may
I think
have
it's
after they started after telephone
I'm
went
gonna
off.
guess it's in a category of diseases which we haven't made a lot of breakthroughs in.
Right. I would imagine so. I would imagine so.
Well, we don't have Jerry, so we don't have the marathon. That's like having American Bandstand without Dick Clark. Although, I think they talked about reanimating Dick Clark and bringing him back to host to keep hosting Bandstand.
That would be awesome.
Now, if they did it in Philly with real local Philly people and local new Philly talent, wouldn't that be cool to have a holographic Dick
That would
Clark?
be that would be awesome.
I'd like to
I
think that Clark wouldn't mind.
I'm not gonna pull this up, but I was watching for a while. It's a long story, but for a while, ABC gave their whole Saturday morning block to the two guys. We did a sketch on them on Mr. Show. Croft, not Seals and Croft.
Sid and Criminy Croft?
Yeah, Croft. Seals and Croft. The guys
Was
who
it
make
Sid
kid
and Marty?
shows. Sid and Marty
Yes, it
Croft.
was. The name was Sid and Criminy Croft.
Sid and Criminy.
Yes.
Right. Yeah. In the sketch it was Criminy. Yeah.
Yeah. Why
Yeah,
you
man.
hate me?
Drugachusetts.
That's it. The altered state of Drugachusetts.
Yeah.
I think the big conflict for that episode was that they had to order a pizza.
He was too scared.
It was too scary.
He freaked out.
Everyone hated
No,
it.
man.
So
We're trying to order pizza. No, don't do it, man.
and then Tom Kinney just stole the show with that big, incredible nose.
The nose.
I mean,
It's
I
so-
have a nose that's like yeah, these clothes.
I gotta get these clothes off. But we I saw this thing. I didn't know this.
By the way, Jerry, I showed that sketch to my MSU class. Nothing. Just
What is your MSU?
stares.
What's your MSU class?
Montclair
was
State
it?
University. They're all
Was it
undergrads.
writing? Was it writing?
Yes, sketch writing for undergrads, but it's really an elective. They're not writing students.
Oh, okay. So it was just a fun.
Some of them
It was
are,
a
but
fun.
not, probably
But
not
even
the
then,
majority.
it's like you're having fun. Laugh at this.
No,
Didn't think it was funny.
just
Really?
it's
No,
an old right.
no.
It's old.
It's an old. I mean, the hippie references. Nothing. People just don't. Kids don't get
I'm
it.
sure they were amused, but they didn't audibly laugh.
I guess it's like that's not your parents. That's like my grandparents. If we were making a bunch of jokes about flappers and shit, I'd be like, oh, okay, maybe.
Actually, Mr. Show did have a good bit about flappers.
They did. See,
That was on the. That was on the.
What's up, man? What's going on? Can I hear you? I can't hear you. I can't hear you.
He's gone incommunicado.
Hello?
This is Horatio Sands phoning in. We're getting a feed now.
So as I was saying in the story, I can't hear you, man. Sid and Marty Croft, ABC gave him the whole Saturday morning. They gave him the whole Saturday morning block, and I remember this as a kid, and it was awful. So it was
Sure.
like it would start out with one of their cartoons, and then it would go to one of their like, their
Herbie the Love Bug, and then
yeah,
they'd be in Sigmund the Sea Monster.
exactly.
Terrible cartoons. Terrible cartoons.
Hello?
What's up, Jerry?
Hey, what's up, man? We're waiting for you.
When I go to that link, it's just you guys talking. There's no invite kind of thing.
Oh no, I sent you another link. I sent you the eCam.
Oh, when? Where?
Horatio.
Send it to Sanso time?
Oh, Sanso time. I'm sorry. I'll send it to Sanso time. Yeah, you said that.
Okay, thanks.
Yep. Now everybody. Okay, that was.
I'll see you later.
All right. There
He
we
did
go,
send
there
a
we
link
go.
that says that.
Yeah, he did. So let me see if I can do that.
I wonder if I can forward this to my motor.
So yeah, it was awful, and that's when they did that Herbie the Love Bug, which it wasn't Herbie the Love Bug. I forgot what they called it or whatever. I forgot where I was going with this, or why
It was they gave Sid and Marty the entire Saturday morning for some reason. We watched all of that crap.
Yeah, but I was thinking about something else. There was a whole point of why I was telling that stupid story.
It'll come back to you.
Now I'm mad. Now I'm mad at myself. Message.
They liked to come. Well, they had H&R Puffin stuff. Those fellas came up with, and that was like a half-hour show. Then they had some rip-offs. I think the Love Bug was a big hit in the theaters. We
It
talked about
was.
this before. There was even
That
a
was a big
cartoon,
rip-off.
and there was the live version of their Wonder Buggy. Was that it? Wonder Buggy? Dune buggies were big. So they would just fling whatever in there. Like when the Who wrote Tommy, they needed more songs, they needed to pad it out. And one of the producers on the album was saying no to this and no to that because Pete was pulling up all kinds of stuff, all kinds of weeds from that he'd written all. And he knew this guy was into pinball. And so he wrote the song about pinball because he knew he was into it. And he showed it to him. And he goes, I love it. And so they just shoved all this pinball crap into Tommy just because it was popular. And 'cause
What's
the
up, man?
executive producer
I'm
like,
gonna stay
Hey,
still.
Rod.
I'm gonna stay still here.
Everybody.
Good morning,
says,
everybody.
Comment says, "Let you into Drugachusetts."
Uh-huh.
You
He's
remember
from
Drugachusetts?
he just came back from there.
Oh yeah, I've been there. I've been there all morning.
Delaney was reminding me that the conflict in that scene was that they couldn't order a pizza. They were trying to. Can't order a
in the old-
pizza, man.
In the Mr. Show sketch.
There's been a resurgence of Mr. Show stuff lately. I got the one where the guys fight in the bar and they end up getting married. It's so fucking dragged out and crazy.
I'll marry
You
your
remember
ass.
that bit? Yeah. Fuck you, asshole. And,
That's so Odin.
and then they just keep fighting. They keep fighting. They keep fighting. Then they break up, and then like everybody's really sad. Like, they're trying to fight, but then they're all like, I don't even want to do it anymore.
Fuck you.
Bob's the best at that. That frustrated gruffness. Look,
Yeah,
they're
and
operating on me. They
what's funny
sliced
too
off
is there's
part of my rib.
always
Go
a,
on.
a funny little twist to that, and that's that Bob. Both characters are super funny for being assholes, but Bob's character his hair's dyed, his eyebrows are dyed, and it just looks like, and he sounds like a weird like '80s gay character. So that's on top of it. It's like being a tough guy, but he's got this weird fucking like biker leather kind of you know
Yeah.
situation.
Well, they both keep wearing those same stupid clothes throughout the whole sketch too. They have to cut off the shit.
That's what it's like watching Sopranos. All these guys that are taped together, being held together by hot glue and tape and wig tape.
A lot of fat suits on that show.
What do you mean?
Well, the guitarist, he's wearing a piece, and then the other guy's wearing a piece, and it's part of the show. Johnny Pants. Oh, fat
Oh, a
suits, you
piece.
say,
Oh,
Jerry?
yeah, he
Yeah,
said
hair
fat
piece.
suit.
A lot of fat suits on the show. Yeah, a lot of people wear
That's
wear
what I love
fat
about those
suits.
kind of actors. And you see these people in life, and it's like, he's definitely wearing a wig, or that's not his real hair color. And then there's something weird going on with his skin and eyebrows that I can't even figure out.
I was looking at something. I'm obsessed. Well, I'll tell you what I got obsessed with. We watched that video, by the way, of that dude playing the guitar. I'm obsessed with that dude, and I'm obsessed with this a dude that pours molten aluminum in ant hills.
I've seen versions of this. Is this a special character?
Now
Is
that's
it a black
age-old.
weirdo?
I'm sorry. That's
No,
been
he's just
around for a while.
he's just a guy. Oh, has that really been? People do that?
Yes, absolutely. But
Yeah,
Molten,
yeah.
molten aluminum in ant hill.
Yes.
Yeah, and then it's like, look at my art. You know,
Yeah,
they pull
yeah,
it
it
out.
comes out and it's an art, yeah. But
Yeah,
like
yeah.
your art is like encasing ants and
You can
like
call it art.
Han
That's
Solo and
actually
shit.
that's more
It's
crafts.
fucking
That is
yeah.
that's the craft side of
It's
arts. The
like
craft
lava
is
though. It's
Mother
lava.
Nature decided
There's
how
no
that was going to
suspension.
go.
Oh, you can't get so the ants can't come back alive. But yeah, what a
They're not
horrible way to
coming
kill.
back.
No, they
Somebody
can't.
somebody was like,
They can't. Not with molten aluminum.
"Am I okay for enjoying this? Like, what's wrong with me for watching this?"
Yeah,
I had the
no.
same thought. I'm like, leave these fuckers alone. But maybe they're already abandoned or something. Is that like?
I don't
I
know,
think
but
that's okay.
what's
Look, it's
that?
an abandoned
Yeah,
ant shaft, like a
They're not
because
mining
it must
abandoned.
be.
shaft.
They're
You
definitely
never.
not
They're
You
not.
don't see
abandoned.
like dead ants in the aluminum or anything.
Well, no, they're
This
vaporized.
disintegrates them into the metal.
Yeah,
So they're part
yeah.
of the metal. That's kind of cool, man.
That's exactly what happened when Pompeii got blown up. What
David
was the
Pompey.
volcano? What was the volcano that blowed up?
Pompeii,
Vesuvius.
Vesuvius, Mount Vesuvius.
Yeah, there were a couple. Mount St. Helens. Shit.
Eat rotten fruit from a shitty tree. That was the the title of that episode.
What?
Eat rotten fruit from a shitty tree. That was the title of that episode of the two dudes, because they sang a little
Oh,
song. They sang a little song when they got married. That was one of the lyrics. Eat rotten fruit from a shitty tree.
levels, man, levels.
uh,
That's where the fun is.
um. So
I can't hear you guys. Can you hear me?
I can hear.
I can't hear Delaney.
He's not talking. Oh, we
He
can't hear you,
is.
Delaney. Oh yeah, your mic's out.
Oh, I've been on mute for like 5 minutes. I've been chatting
Oh,
away.
This, you know
I've
what?
been
The show's never
drifting
been
away.
better. Well, I don't know what
yeah. The
happened, but
show is just. It was streamlined.
the people were
Well, I've been
like,
talking to Storm.
the hearts were coming up on here, man. They were like,
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
You guys didn't see my gums flapping this whole time?
I did. And Horatio said he's trying to talk.
That's-
I'm like, no, he isn't. He's not saying anything.
Yeah, I've been talking plenty. No,
So I'm in
always
Chicago.
I'm gonna get a call from my mom. She'll be like, "What's wrong? How come you're not saying anything?"
You got to keep up. He's
Uh-oh,
frozen.
Roger's frozen. Hey, Froze, that's his new headshot, though.
That's nice.
It's supposed to be a
You
low
should
lit,
use that.
candid kind of. Yeah, he said he was going to be in and out.
Yeah, you're still frozen for some reason, which is weird.
Who, me or Raj?
No, Raj. Oh, here he
Okay, there he is. So,
is.
Oh,
are we all here now?
We're all
I haven't
here.
been here for a while. All right.
So I made it to Chicago.
Mm-hmm. We see we see the Cubs insignia behind you.
Yeah, I'm in my
You're
my
in
wife's
someone's-
brother's former room. So there's a lot of Cubs stuff here. Oh yeah, it's Chicago, right?
A pennant, perhaps.
Oh no, I can no longer hear Delaney talk. Now it's time to log off. People are joining in on the.
Tough out there. It's tough to get a word in edgewise, folks. Don't remember, folks. Drive safely and make sure your mute button isn't turned on.
So we're all in the heat wave now, huh? Are you?
We're out of it. It was 68 degrees this morning. It was cool.
What?
We had a cool wind whipping in.
Are you
It's gonna get
you're
hot
gonna get
again.
it back. Yeah.
All next week it's mid 80s. We just have a respite right now here in Monroe Shell on the Long
It's-
Island Sound.
It's in the 90s here, man. It's been relentless here. Just
Midwestern heat just lingers and doesn't give up. It just annoys. Is it the bane of your summer or what?
Yeah, man, it's like the temperature says 85, and then I look on the thing it says feels like 92.
Yeah, I was watching the Cubs and like an umpire had to leave because it was so hot.
The
He's like, "Fuck this,"
umpires
later, and he
take
left like in the sixth inning. And then,
the
I guess they always have a spare that travels with them or something. And he
yeah,
jumped in.
the
He's an
announcers
And then people are,
understudy.
yeah,
announcers have their
yeah.
shirts off. Folks, I gotta take my
Yeah.
shirt off, folks.
No air conditioner world would help it. So they had to, yeah, take their shirts off and ice down the nipples. Uh, Marquee Network.
Mercury Network. Third inning, folks. I'm icing down my
A little
nipples up here.
outside.
Yeah, it's supposed to cool down a little bit next week,
Um,
man. But those people, you can see those people like in the fucking sitting in the sun at those games. Like why did I get these tickets here?
oh no, I'd be in the
We're
bar
supposed to
for
get we're supposed to get Red Sox
54% of it.
Yankees tickets, but our condition was we want the last row. 'Cause I don't want to be out there in the sun, man. You get the last row, it's nice. You get the overhang.
Yeah, exactly. Well, everybody's fighting for those tickets, though, man. Try to get an overhang.
Oh yeah, everybody wants those. Yeah.
Yeah.
What you have to do is just bring a bucket of ice and ice your nips while you're watching. I do.
There's a fan having fun out
Your
there.
nips, your nips are the it's the ground zero of your nerves. And then the nerves are like, whoa, and they send out, you know, shock you up,
Cools your whole body down.
cools your whole body down.
Mm. Like
Well, the best thing to do is put ice on your veins, right?
like
Never
Jake
do
LaMotta.
that.
That's right.
Mm.
If you're overheating, you can put a little ice right, or if you can find something cold, even a cold stone, you can put it there right there on the jugular, and you get that going right into the
Mm.
bloodstream.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been keeping ice water by the bed.
Yes.
And it's a very good thing to do when you're very high and you're going to sleep. Just put an
Smoke
ice
too
cube in
much.
your mouth.
Too many reefers. Oh, great one.
That's really good. It's really good at your band.
No, I'm not doing Ed McMahon. I'm doing Phil Hartman doing Ed McMahon.
We
And
all
somehow
are.
it's falling it's falling in between. You know,
I
some
don't do a
people
very
do it
good one.
derivative.
Yep.
Yours is based on it, but you also have your own take. Because all we have is that you're correct, sir.
Yes, oh
Or
great
the
one.
laugh.
Oh yes, how great.
Just that William B. Williams laugh.
Jerry, did you like Jerry? I love Johnny Carson, and I still watch it. And it's like he's such a great performer, and you know, I've learned not to separate performance from personal life. So whatever he's done or whatever's
Yeah, I
going on.
mean, was his personal life that bad? I mean, he was mean to his wives. I mean, wasn't everybody? I know I am.
I guess well, your ex-wives, yeah, you're terrible to them.
They deserved it.
Well, those shows don't. The expression that they don't age well. Well, a lot of those Tonight shows don't age well. The Conans aged so not well that they wouldn't release them. They were gonna redo the whole fucking Conan package, and then when Sweeney and everybody looked at him, they were like, we can't do that. Like, oh, she's dead now, and we said that about her. Like, oh, and the fat jokes, just the relentless coming down on
No,
Kirstie Alley, Pavarotti, anyone.
no strip show, no daily show that is
Oh no,
dependent.
please.
If it's dependent on
Here we
what's
go.
happening now, it does not last, man. You do not want to watch it.
No.
You know.
You know, they brought the Lettermans back a little while on cable. You know, they repackaged a bunch of them and brought them back, but that didn't last.
Well, I think, you watching it for a different reason after a certain amount of time. Like if it's over 30 years and you watching it, then you're watching for different stuff. You're like, oh, I forgot about that commercial. But then after 10 minutes, and you're back into it. You're like,
It's different with stuff like Dick Cavett. I still watch those Dick Cavett shows, and they're just fantastic time capsules where you get to hear artists talk about their work. It's really that Dick Cavett style is the pre-podcast. Is like that's kind of what came around and podcast came to be, of where
came
we
back.
got we got 90 minutes and it's a two-parter. We're coming back tomorrow to finish. They had all this space.
It did feel like, those are just like people, famous people hanging out. That's what they talk about when they hang out.
It was a
A lot of
beautiful
it's
time.
affect.
You had much longer time to fill.
Yeah.
Because if Conan was doing that, you could put, those guys could come up with comedy for 2 days full of stuff, right? But who wants to?
Wait, Roger, I think you're on your mic or something. Which mic are you using?
My good one? It's like
Here
I
we
think I
go.
just have
Auto-tune.
shitball.
Here we go
Football
again.
service.
Auto-tune. It's T-Pain. You've turned into T-Pain.
Yeah, that's not me. I'm not. I was trying to initiate the T-Pain theme.
Not me.
There's a lot of big flopolas happening. Will Smith, that Will Smith thing is fucking crazy.
Right.
Do you feel kind of bad for him now?
I
Or
don't
do you-
know, not yet.
Right? I'm not like, because,
Well, I'm
it's
Now
kind
we
of
can
like,
see all the bullshit.
it's kind of like that slap just made you figure out who he was. And you're like, oh, he kind of sucks, man. None of it's that good.
Immediately.
Immediately, like,
I was like,
oh,
I was in my chair, like, what did I just? Like, I think Kevin and Nunez are somewhere out in the yard, and I'm like, this is my brain trying to figure, like, my showbiz brain trying to figure out what's real and what isn't. Like, is it, that whole thing? But ever since it happened, it's like, yeah, he's an abusive man. We don't want to. He punched a smaller guy who wasn't ready for it, and whatever. And that's
no.
all. That's
Oh,
all you're
no.
gonna remember.
It just lets you know that it's all.
Catch me up, fellas. Catch me up.
Oh,
Come
just
on,
talking about
between
Will
this.
Smith. He had I sent you guys his new song, and it's terrible, and he's just really having a.
Oh, I didn't get
why
it.
did he decide to go back to music though? Why didn't he just wait and do a movie? But I guess he's got a movie coming out, so just don't do that.
He's probably still recovering from the whole Chris Rock debacle.
Well, he
He's
definitely
gotta
is.
He's got to go to a different
Yeah.
audience because his movie audience doesn't want to see him right now.
But he thinks people are gonna listen to that music?
He's going back. Yeah, he thinks that he can go back to the jazz.
Go back to where you
days.
started, man. Yeah, go back to where you
Yeah.
started, man. Start all over again.
Are you sure? That's probably Scientology advice.
That's the thing. Are you sure, man? Yeah, man.
Yeah.
You start all
Dress up
over.
in the same kind of clothes. Wear some Jordan-esque kind of shoes that aren't really Jordans.
Turn the
Get out there,
baseball
man.
cap sideways.
It's pretty much that. It's what you'd imagine. Like, it's like Mr. Show doing a bit about Will Smith song.
I know. It's such a
I so
parody.
Perfectly like when you
Evan
like that one
Leslie's
thing
giving me
was-
another dig here. I just gotta say, Evan's right that I sound more like Joe Piscopo than I do Phil Hartman. I can't do Phil
Well,
Hartman. I could maybe do a poor man's Piscopo.
I think
Evan
a poor
has
man
his
is
preconceived
Piscopo. Say it again, Ratio.
Sorry, Raj.
everybody has. Well, everybody has their own perceptions because of what they've seen a different type of thing. Joe Piscopo, I saw Joe Piscopo at the SNL thing.
I did too. Yeah.
Is he still jacked?
Yeah,
No,
I
but
think so.
He's in good shape.
Right?
Yeah, he looked
Hell
in good
yeah.
shape.
Well, yeah, he must be like just doing everything, facelift, anything in the body. you know,
Does he look
Mickey
stretched
Rourke.
tight?
Mickey Rourke, wrestler drugs.
He looked more
No,
his
but
age in the
he
face.
looked great.
He
He looked great.
worked out.
Yeah.
Mickey Rourke dressed for drugs.
He, he couldn't keep doing comedy, so he
Used to
just got
say
larger. He decided to work on his bod. He did a great job.
he did, but he broke one of the top 10 rules of comedy. Is like no one wants to see a muscle man do comedy, and now they're trying it because the Hollywood guys can't have a scene where they're with their shirt off where they haven't done 1,000 push-ups before the cameras start rolling. Like, come on, you fucking idiot! Like, what?
Come on, there's got to be one funny guy who's also completely jacked. At least one was directed into being funny. Because I know Arnold couldn't do it, and Ferrigno didn't do it. Boy, Ferrigno was funny. Um, who else we have? We got The Rock. The Rock couldn't do it. Now, The Rock was in the other guys, but they killed him in the first 10 minutes.
I think The Rock can be funny. I mean, but as always, all these guys are
Well,
plain, the funny, whatever the funny is like it's the juxtaposition of them being all big and huge and,
that's the
you
thing.
know,
It's entrance comedy. It's entrance. It's
yeah,
like, and then this guy walks in, and The Rock walks in, he raises his eyebrow, and everybody loses their fucking mind.
entrance.
So,
Well, I mean,
well,
I
like
just
wrestling,
saw
that's wrestling style entertainment.
the Minecraft movie not too long ago, and what's the big guy? Jason Momoa is in it. I mean, if you're not really into meme culture, it might not be that funny to you. But he was actually pretty funny in that. He's pretty funny. He's a jack dude. Jason Momoa.
Some, sometimes funny. Yeah, well, but I mean, really carry a
You mean
comedy.
really funny? Yeah, Carrie. Yes, that's the. And again, it's kind of the same thing in that movie. He was a big giant guy who looked ridiculous, was in a ridiculous wig. I don't think anybody else could have played it like that. Whereas he's just in a
Wait,
wig
which
and
movie?
funny clothes.
What movie are you talking about?
The Minecraft movie. It was a new movie that just came out.
I
Jack
didn't
Black.
see it.
It's
If I
not
had
for
a
you.
kid,
Right.
if I had a young kid, I have a grown kid, but if I had a young kid, I'd probably be going to those things.
It's a big meme movie, so kids are constantly like doing stuff and they're throwing shit and saying the lines in the movie and all that shit.
Okay,
Yeah.
if that's the way it goes.
It's fun because I'm just like, what? What's going on? And the kids are like, repeating the line. All of them screaming the line, whatever silly line Jack Black is saying.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
I don't go to the actual theater. I watch an average about a movie a day, but I don't go to the theater much anymore. I went to one in the last 6 months. I maybe gone to two movies. One of them was that new Wes Anderson movie, but I went and fell asleep again.
Boy, I heard that movie got booed.
It
Um,
it started off, it started off fine. I thought, he's holding it together. It's not too weird and flaky. And then I flaked out. And by the end of it, but a lot of that's on me because it was after 4 o'clock, and I'm prone to fall asleep at that time of day. I should have gone to the 11:45, but I didn't. I went to the 2, and so, but still, it's on him if I fall asleep at all any time of day. I should be at least kept awake.
right.
It was fine. I'm not going to run out and watch it again, but it wasn't as bad as some of the other recent ones. So what's
Oh,
going on
really?
with our friend Will Smith?
He's got a problem.
It's been a
You
problem
can see it.
ever
Oh,
since I was a little boy. You know, actually, I think it's gotten worse as I've gotten older. I thought I had it under control, but I'm literally experiencing it right now, like literally this second.
Oh. And how would you define this problem? Can you make me understand?
Wow. I mean, just the premise, man. This is like,
well, there's subtext, My subtext is, I'm going to go to one thing. It's, yeah, you're a violent person.
Hey, what about that shit you did, man, when you you attacked someone? How about that?
Hey, I'm back, guys.
You are back. Yeah, we got bored, so we started watching that video, but I'll take it off now.
We've been talking about Andre the Giant and watching Will Smith videos this whole time.
Yeah, that's it's weird when it's weird because like what do you want? Like what do you need? What do you want, Will
Take your
Smith?
money. Just you could take your money and just relax. I guess. I mean, I don't know.
He's got to start a farm, a weed farm or something. People got to do like that's what Jimbo did. Jim Belushi had already like, how many movies can I make? Am I going to
Yeah.
keep doing this? I got to do,
Yeah,
and everybody wants to be constructive. Everybody wants to get up and go to work in some form, at some point,
Yeah,
at some fucking point.
I guess so.
And if you got resources, but I didn't. I can't say anything about that. I haven't heard it yet. I am
Here we
still
go.
sore
You can do
about
this.
that Oscars routine.
Let's see. I'm gonna be right back. Let's see before Horatio comes back. Oh,
Oh, did we lose him again?
we did. He's back now.
Gee, and his tech guy came out to fix the thing and everything. Honest to goodness. Maybe we
Now,
can
well.
pipe him in another way. We'll carry on. We'll carry on,
I'm gonna get
wayward
my,
son.
hold on.
Uh-oh, it's me solo.
Yeah, just you know what to do. I mean, I can still talk though.
Let's see what we got here. Well, Jerry's away. Horatio Sands has become indisposed. Jerry Minor has walked off of his own program. Let's see what we got. Medicaid cuts, says the Wall Street Journal. Surprise, surprise.
Well,
Pentagon officials defend success of U.S. strikes on Iran. Surprise, surprise. And Supreme Court paves way for South Carolina and other states to defund Planned Parenthood. Surprise, surprise. Planned Parenthood's main thing is giving out condoms to people and helping women get breast exams so that they don't get cancer and things like that. Abortions is a very small part of what they do.
very
And
small
if people
part
want
of
to
it.
go after that, people want to go after that, they should go after that.
There are many women that depend on their birth control for Planned Parenthood.
Yeah, that's what they do. And screenings. Yes? Okay. Yeah, and give women their pap smears to see if they got, so they can pre-screen for cancer and shit like that. So many women are going to get cancer if they really go after Planned Parenthood. This is exactly what they're doing. But they figure if you cut off the head of the snake, then the rest of it dies. That's a Bin Laden attitude.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, what are you gonna do? I mean, what are you gonna do? Well,
Sorry, you guys left me, so I turned to the headlines.
no, I get it. I get it. Also, Jeff Bezos is getting married today. Him and his cat-faced wife.
Has he ever been married before?
I don't know.
Hey,
I guess
what
they
up?
took
What
over.
up, Dalbus?
They took over the city of Venice,
Hey,
and
brother.
the people in Venice are mad and are protesting because they just shut the whole city down.
How can
Who did?
why would Bezos want to shut down Venice?
For security, I guess. I mean, it's not an easy city to get around in, obviously. you gotta take a boat everywhere.
Oh,
Yeah,
that kind of shut down. I see. Yeah, when you got gridlock for the day just because some
yeah.
asshole wants to do
Just
something.
a wedding for a wedding
Uh, what a shithead. That's a shithead
Were they
move.
getting married? I'm sorry, were they getting married?
in Venice. So I guess the people are mad. People are protesting that they are shutting the whole city down just for their wedding.
The real Venice, the original Venice,
Yeah, it'd be great
not
together.
Venice, not Venice Beach.
Venice Beach. That'd be great.
I'm Jeff Bezos, and I'm shutting down Venice Beach. The whole
I invite.
boardwalk, the whole
I invited
boardwalk
nothing
is
but crackheads
mine.
to my wedding.
I'm the king of Venice.
It's Venice at the Venetian. It's not the real Venice. It's in Las Vegas.
Look at the water, the fountains.
I convinced Raj to go rent bicycles in Venice, and it was kind of amazing.
Of Venice Beach.
Yes, yes, it was amazing. Bicycling through
Didn't you
Venice.
almost get didn't you almost get hit by that? There's some
There was a drunk cyclist who was out of control. She was on one of those newfangled automated bikes, and she hit the throttle and whoom, up she went. She really launched herself. Yeah, yeah. One of us could have been taken out. So
it ends
yeah,
up
there was
being
a
all
little.
right, but
It's definitely an element of danger riding your bike around in Venice.
I've seen the craziest shit. I saw a uh, a lady, homeless lady. She was bothering people. She was on the boardwalk in Venice, and she's just coming up to people going, "I fucked your husband. I fucked your husband. I fucked your husband." And most
That's a
people,
good shtick.
so, fuck your husband.
That's like
Fuck your
someone's
husband.
act. That's like a
Right?
vaudeville act.
I know.
They hone it. They hone it. I've done this routine. I've done it 10,000 times.
Hey, it's fucked your husband, lady. So she's just walking up to women or people. She's walking up to everybody. So I fucked your husband. Ah. And some lady was walking by with her baby, and she like thought she was serious. She was like, "What?" She's like,
Oh
"I
no.
fucked your husband." She's like,
oh
"Fuck
god.
you." She
Yeah, you don't say shit. You don't even say shit. There's no patience for some people. It's like once you cross the line, just saying
crossed the
something.
line. What? What you say about my husband? She started fighting. They were
You
gonna
know
fight,
what?
and it was like, "Hey, lady, your baby. You leaving your baby?" She's gonna
Oh
like.
A few
no.
years ago, I had a situation where I had to hire a private eye. Uh, I didn't know who to hire.
Oh no, this is gonna be great. And
No, it's this is Roger's greatest cliffhanger. He's given us cliffhangers before. But this one, he literally said he hired a fucking private eye. That is a Hollywood story.
with
That's like
Van Gogh in the
Sunset. That's
with a
like
picture of Van
fucking
Gogh in the
Sunset
background.
Boulevard shit. Like, so what am I gonna do? So I hired myself a private
But
eye.
I and ah,
So's I healed it downtown. See, he let. Oh, he's gone. So, folks, you're gonna have to wait until Raj comes back to find out about his private eye story. This is a real Hollywood story. Now, Jerry, what do you do when you need to be a private eye? I always thought that I would be a badass assistant to a private eye. Like and I'm not a snitch, I've never been a snitch or a rat or a fink ever in my life, ever. And I wouldn't want to do it, but if it was a matter of national security or something, I could see doing that, trying to foil some evil doers. Because I'm a person who can blend in with the wallpaper easily, very easily, and
Well,
I
then
have been.
I saw Columbo on the beach, and I'm like, wow, guy, and he's like, it's $10
Pick
a
on
picture,
me.
$20 for a video, and I was like, no, no, I want you to do some work for me. So we went and had a drink, and lo and behold, he did have some good experience, and he had some good advice for me. So I was like, all right, but he wouldn't take off his outfit, like he's trying to take pictures with this guy.
The trench.
Um, it's always like pictures of this high-powered executive with his mistress. Or, you know,
Right, right.
it's not like what it really is. It's just like, I hate her. I want to divorce her. She's cheating on me. I'm
Yeah.
gonna
You see her,
kill her.
my wife? You see her up there? Yeah, right now. That you should see. You should see what that would do. You should see what that would do. You should see. That's
Uh,
something
That
you should see.
you know,
Why?
and he's using Dirty Harry's gun too. Like that's just funny that he has a Dirty Harry gun. I think it's the exact same thing.
The big giant.
Is that why?
I
Is that what he's
think
doing?
that's what. I mean,
Is that Scorsese
I've never
doing
heard that story, but no, I haven't
is
heard
that
that story, but I'm
Scorsese
sure it's true.
is that him doing a riff off Dirty Harry? Like is that him like goofing on that kind of is that the
Who?
point? When Scorsese
Uh,
did that scene that Jerry just parodied.
he's using the
Um,
357 Magnum like it's not it's a huge gun, right? So he's
It's just
saying
huge.
he's I think
was
he's
that
just
post Dirty
improvising maybe the
Harry?
only
I'm
name
wondering
of
if
a.
that.
I also
Sorry, I
think
keep talking over you because I'm on a delay.
in the late 70s, 80s, like that was the ultimate gun.
Yes. Yeah, well, because of Dirty Harry, right? I mean, or was it
And
always kind of popular?
I think it
They
was,
did
but
have a they did have a real gun sucking scene in that movie where they got the salesman who comes and he lays out all the guns. He's like, "That's a good gun. That's a beautiful gun. I'll get you
oh,
one
you're
of
gonna
those."
love that.
Oh,
You want any drugs?
Look,
I got lewds. I got marijuana. I got everything. Anything, any kind of drugs you want.
they went too far with that one. That's like the
That's
improviser
right.
who's going on the list. Like, all right,
yeah,
well,
yeah, yeah,
fucking,
yeah,
this is
yeah,
my fucking list. You
Take
had
it
me with
back.
the guns. What you want St. Joseph's baby aspirin? I'll get you St. Joseph's baby aspirin.
Come on, don't be funny, man. Don't be funny.
Come
Let's
on,
do it
knock
when
it
you're not trying to
off.
be funny.
You know what? Leave it in. I like it. He tries to sell drugs too. Go.
Go, Excedrin, whatever you got, Tylenol, acetaminophen.
He's just a fucking Grubhub driver.
Uber Eats.
Yeah, Uber Eats.
Raj,
Uh,
give us the real lowdown on the PI. Come on, you had us on the
Oh
hook with
yeah.
the PI. You gave us the
oh,
cliffhanger.
it was just a terrible Columbo joke where I hired Columbo, the impersonator. It was a made up fantasy where
Oh,
I
I
went
hope that
to
I
Venice.
hope that when you froze like that, it created a moment of drama. And the way you said it is so convincingly using your acting skills. I gotta
Thank
say,
you.
Sammy, I haven't seen a performance like that in a long
The-
time.
I kind of hate to
Sometimes
ask you. I hate to ask you this question, Horatio, but have you watched Poker Face?
no, no, I
Okay,
haven't.
that's good. Go good. Okay.
It's good.
Jerry,
Okay, good.
Jerry, can you give me the premise of Poker
Well,
Face? That's Natasha, right?
Yeah,
It's hard to keep up with Natasha. She does a lot of stuff. It's hard to watch all of her stuff.
true. This is it's a mystery. It's a mystery show. So it's
oh,
Columbo.
and she can guess people's names, or she can tell when people are lying, right?
She's
There's
the
another show.
Columbo?
She's Columbo.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, this is her
What's her
version of Columbo.
signature? Telly
She's always
tells
wanted to play Columbo, you know.
She's.
right? Telly had
I
the
mean,
light
you got to watch it. She's doing it.
and
It's so great.
Columbo had a
That's so great.
cigar.
Yeah.
What's Natasha's thing? What's her object?
I mean, she doesn't really have an object. You know, his was the guitar and the trench coat. But she has a signature look. It's the hair.
That's her
Wait, the guitar and
symbol.
the trench coat?
Yeah,
What
you know,
guitar?
he had the trench coat and the cigar, right? Columbo.
Yes,
Oh,
yes, yes,
that's
yes.
I
That was
thought
Oh,
his
I thought you
we
said
heard
guitar.
guitar. We
guitar.
heard,
Guitar.
Telly
He had
Savalas
the
sang his
overcoat and the
lullaby.
guitar, right? You're like, uh-oh, he's having a stroke.
Yeah. Yes.
Ironside had his
Columbo
wheelchair.
comes in with a Coors party ball with a small refrigerator for a dorm room.
The Germans.
So
Anyway, I just wondered if she had a
I'm
symbol,
finally.
any kind of symbol. Go on,
I'm really
Mark.
gonna, guys. I don't want to bring up my technical issues, but I need. This is my. I'm on my computer. I'm trying to be professional about it. I have my microphone here,
Oh, I'm sorry,
but yeah,
guys.
I need to go in there and
Well, let me say
I need to get
this,
in
Jerry.
I gotta
Raj
get.
and I zoomed this morning. We zoomed this morning, Horatio and I, and it was
Mhm.
fine. Everything was fine.
Um,
Why is that?
it just happens
I'm gonna.
sometimes. Later
I
in the
wonder if
day.
you're. If, yeah, yeah. I mean, it's
It does
possible.
depend on, yeah, time of day matters.
Yeah, it's my internet. I have to restart it. It goes in and out, and around this time, people are checking their emails, I guess.
Yeah,
But your light's pretty
I
dim
produce
too.
another show, and I've been having the same problems with him too. His
Yeah,
internet's been going in and out. Um,
grumble.
yeah, yeah,
But
yeah.
That's life.
I
That's life, babies, because we're still just at the beginning of the internet. It hasn't even completely blown open yet. We're still in the infancy. This is the good old days. This is the fucking stone age of the internet.
I
It's
hope
true.
so. I
your
hope
Think
so.
in
mouth to
20
God's ears.
No
in
kidding.
25 years from now, it's going to be insane.
No, I said your mouth to God's ears.
Oh, gotcha, gotcha. Oh, it's coming.
Uh, Greetings,
Probably
Mark.
in our lifetime. Mark C. Batten. Bratton.
Mark C.
Mark C.
Bratton,
Bratton. Yeah.
former Chicago's
Former,
finest.
yes,
Greetings. Oh,
one of
hats
Chicago's
off.
finest.
How did they get away with that? It was New York's finest. It was finest what? Finest because it's not the finest anything that I would know of that any cop has ever done. Finest asshole.
Finest. The
New
finest
York's
prick of
finest.
all those people he has quotas.
Well, I got to
The
say, I'm
finest at
feeling.
that.
I don't know.
You're not in the city, right? You're outside, so you didn't vote yesterday.
I can't vote for New York mayor because I live in Westchester.
You're in Westchester. Yeah.
I'm just glad that Cuomo did not get the majority.
People don't understand that. Like people
He's
don't
a
like him no
snake.
more. But he's an
No.
asshole. I mean, despite of the
Yes.
whole controversy, which was like, whatever it was real or not, people did not like him. He's a jerk.
No. No, they didn't.
What happened with, well, he was wearing these tight shirts with nipple clamps and shit. And then you're hearing about this guy who's having affairs, and you're like, I'm not this fucking weirdo, sex addict, and fucking governor or mayor.
he, to be
Wait,
fair,
so
he
that's
is.
that's why.
Testicle
Wait, you don't
piercings.
want to vote.
To be
You
fair, he
wouldn't
is
vote
single.
for him because he has his own nipple clamps.
Oh yeah, to be fair, okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
He was single. So sometimes I try to get a date. But when you're like me, no one wants to date you when you're a horrible looking, horrible sounding, fucking frog of a man.
Listen, I don't have power over these women anymore, you know. Like, they don't look up to me like they used to. That's why I'm doing this shit. I'd rather get
Also,
tied up to a rack and get whipped by a fucking whore than do this thing. But that doesn't pay me well enough.
but I also have good skill in leadership.
He's really a caricature. At this point in a politician's life, you got to either be genuine or you become a caricature. You're a character, a
You
persona.
kind of can see it too. I think you can see like the two brothers, like they kind of feel, what do you call it, like they deserve everything. The brother that was
Entitled?
entitled, yeah, they come off as entitled. Their dad was governor, and the other brother who
forced
wants
us
to fight everybody
rename
is
the
like,
bridge.
Well, the other
what's that?
brother's always getting called Fredo, or used to be called Fredo. People will tease him and he'd
He
want to
gets
fight.
he gets mad. Hey, Fredo was the younger. I'm the younger brother. Fredo was the older one. So fuck you, Bal. And to Italians, that's like calling somebody an N-word. I'm like, no, it's not. Called Fredo?
First off,
No,
no.
stop.
Well, Fredo's Fredo's not the same, but Fredo's is a pretty low punch to
I
call somebody
guess.
like the
Like
runt of
here,
their family, the dumb one. It is. It's you're the dumbass.
the idiot, the idiot, and your
The one
brother's
that
gonna
they
kill you. Your brother's gonna kill you. Ah,
I forgot all
flashback.
about that brother. What was he, a newsman? Is he a defrocked newsman?
Yeah, I think he's back on the air on some
Our
cable
remote,
news
sorry,
channel.
our remote reporter Horatio Sands had to step
That's
away.
right. Our
We'll
he
hear more from him later in our broadcast.
our yeah,
Sorry.
volunteer ICE agent. Uh,
Who said volunteer ICE agent? Is that
remember
Raj? Did he have to
last
run
yeah
off?
the other week he was a
Did he have?
volunteer. He was a volunteer ICE.
He got a call. His beeper went off. Like, oh no, I got a call. Don't worry, it's close. I'll be back.
Ooh,
Oh shit.
gotta go. Uh, but yeah, I mean, everybody's kind of like freaking out about this dude that won the mayor, and I'm like, I looked at his, his website. I'm like, okay, anybody that says let's make New York more affordable is going to get elected. I don't give a shit if he's lying, if he says whatever. You want to make New York more affordable, you got my vote.
Well, yeah, that's what people vote with is their pockets. Democrats need to figure that out at some point in their centuries
Well, here's the
long
weird thing: is that the
quest.
poor people didn't vote for him. The poor New Yorkers didn't vote for him. So all the outer boroughs voted for Cuomo. All the poor black people voted for Cuomo, and all the Manhattan and Brooklyn is who voted for Namdi.
I did
Nam
notice
Nam.
that. I saw one of the breakdowns, and it
Yeah.
looked to me like it was Staten Island. It was really the rim, the outer rim of the anus was very
Oh, but you
Cuomo.
still got Queens.
Queens,
You still got a
that's
a
where the
spot in
opposition,
Harlem.
a little bit in Queens, but the main up.
Oh no, you too. God damn it. Um, I think Michael's saying from what I've seen, and I can pull up the map too. Let's see. New York Times. It looked like Queens, Brooklyn, Manhattan carried the election, or no, Manhattan and Brooklyn were the ones that voted for the guy who won. I keep getting his name wrong, so I'm not going to say it. And then Queens, Staten Island, a little part of Queens, Staten Island,
Get back
a
to
small
you
part
must
of
belong.
Queens, Staten Island, and a small part of Harlem. Um, everything else besides Manhattan and Brooklyn seemed like they voted for Cuomo, but it just wasn't enough.
It seemed to me that whole cluster of Astoria, Long Island City,
Oh
that
yeah,
and
yeah,
that
that, yeah.
whole part of Queens was all totally anti-Cuomo.
Oh really?
Yes, that's where Milo was spawned. My son only lived in Queens till he was about 6 or 7. Then we moved up to Westchester, so he's really from Westchester. But his DNA, his main early memories were New York City, Queens, Astoria.
Um,
Who are you talking about? RuPaul?
it
No,
it
it's good you just showed up, Raj. I started digressing into talking about my child for some reason.
Now we're talking about the election and
Oh,
who voted for that guy and who voted for
oh.
Cuomo. But what's more fun is talking about
Listen,
Fredo
these Jews
Cuomo.
and these Arabs, these Jews and these Muslims, they don't get along at all.
They do not.
I
You're
can't
running
fix
for
it either.
president, right, sir?
I am. I've tried to broker meetings with what's
Yeah, how'd
left of the
that go?
PLO, and
What's left?
Understand your slogan is "I will negotiate with anybody." You've had a long relationship with the PLO.
I made a lot of money from a lawsuit. So I put up signs I
A
put signs
lawsuit
advertising it.
or a lawsuit or a series of lawsuits? I understand that is your bread and butter is lawsuits.
A friend of mine was trying to do a prank at Costco, and he tipped over a fireplace onto me, and we
Oh
just blamed
no!
it on the store.
You
I
shouldn't
don't
say
know how
that
he,
on
how
camera.
he I don't know how,
You
I don't know
shouldn't.
how he didn't. He
I know I
escaped the
asked the
camera
question.
somehow.
I asked the question. I shouldn't have probed for specifics because you're actually liable for that now. So if that's gone to case, you should expect that to be overturned.
Well, listen, this is showbiz, so everything I say is 55% bullshit.
Oh, it's just
And
entertainment. Yes,
that's all
this
you
is
need
not
to. Well,
news.
if you say
So
that,
the
yeah.
disclaimer. So we got a disclaimer. So that you could
Well,
tell me
I
some
used to
more.
watch Jerry Springer. I really loved it, and I was like into the whole people because it was like the same thing, like Republican versus.
Was it?
Yeah, it
Was
was
that
kind of
Jerry
like
Springer?
that was the beginning of the end. It had all the like dirtbags that just were like fuck it. So
He
everyone
was
was
the
watching it.
king of the
Dirtbags.
dirtbags. He was the I've called Stern the king of the dirtbags, but I mean that's in a different way. Stern is
Stern's changed it all up a lot. So either he's changed as a human or he pretends to, and that's fine.
well, people grow.
Stern.
Jerry
Yeah, people
Springer.
grow.
Jerry Springer was putting into America's face what it really is, and like that's what America really is. That is the majority of America. When you go
Trash.
around,
Yeah, like
yeah,
not in cities, not in big cities, but on
not
the
in big
periphery.
cities, yeah,
Because it's always people from It's not big. It's not like we're in the I live near Wrigley Field, so we went to the ball game. It's always like
yeah,
some
right.
disaster place.
Well, it's part of the why the show was so successful because they would bring they bring the people in from whatever town they're from. I used to go to a bar in Flint where they got like they would say they sent half of the people on the show were from that bar. They were all people that hung out at that bar.
Oh
Yeah.
wow, yeah, they're good actors.
They
When
give.
they're all friends.
Yeah,
They're all
they
friends
drink.
too. They all fuck each
Except-
other,
But then I was like,
Fight.
oh, nothing's real anymore. Like I completely, I found out that a lot of those were setups, and that by law it's kind of cloudy. It needs to be kind of like over the 50, like 60% real. Like it's a real
Now-
shabby fucking situation. So it's like game shows have more rules. You can't fuck around with game shows.
I
because of
remember
that.
back in the day, they had tried to get Kate Walsh to go in to be one of the girls who was mourning because JFK Jr. was getting married. They were going to pay her $50. They offered it to her and a few of the girls, and the other two went. Nadine and Karen went, and Kate Walsh was like, "Fuck this! I'm not doing that shit." The other two.
Well, that's all.
Well, what
that's-
were the
they're
girls
paying-
supposed
yeah,
to
they're
do?
paying the people outside the Diddy trial.
They were paying them to be sad that he was getting married.
Go on They're sad because they will never now. They don't have a chance with JFK Jr.
So it's a
What a
PR
stupid
machine
premise.
thing for
They just-
JFK Jr.
They had to go on and lie and pretend they had crushes
Oh.
on him, so they
Oh,
could
I see.
capitalize on.
For like a CNN segment or something, a news segment.
No, this was like on Charles Perez, or maybe it was Maury. I can't remember. It was one
Maury.
of those New York
Charles
guys.
Perez.
Might have been the
Forgot
Charles
about him.
Perez show. Yeah,
Charles
everyone
Perez.
forgot about it. Yeah.
Jenny Jones.
No, I think it was.
You
a
see,
bigger
there's one now. There's like a new Maury now.
What's his
Who's the
name?
new Maury?
There's the Black Maury.
Oh, what's his name?
He's on in the. Oh fuck! I don't know. It's like Commander. It's like Comantre. It's his name, and it's just
Come on, it's come on, Trey.
it's like
Come
just
on.
change
I
your
wanna see
name. To
his real
fucking
name.
Come on.
Comantre.
Doug. Hold on. Let's
Welcome
see.
back to Comantre.
Can you Google?
You are not the father.
and he's like, but then he gets like really into the problem, and then he does the shenanigans. So he's trying to be like Oprah, and then Maury.
Sure.
Oh fuck!
Yeah, more
Can you look for black daytime show hosts? Because I don't have my.
All that's gonna come up is Steve Harvey.
No, this new guy that's on the network. I think it's like on a real network and stuff. Hello, Delaney.
Hello,
That's
Raj.
almost the turtleneck you're wearing there.
You got to get, yeah, it's a long sleever, you know.
Oh,
It's summertime.
that's your silky smooth.
I like these really flimsy because I wear long sleeves even in the summertime for various reasons, and but mainly because of the fucking skin cancer. I had to get sawed off my hand Tuesday.
Oh, did you get it? Oh, really? How big
Yeah, I'm
was it?
fine. Nah, it wasn't bad. They got it first try.
Did you
It was the
know?
Mohs. It
Did you
was the
go in
Mohs
because you
surgery.
had it, or did you get checked and they go, oh, gotta get
We
that?
knew. No, they did
Yeah.
the biopsy in the office. Cancer came back. Fuck it. That's a nice phone call when they call you up to tell you that it's positive for cancer. Like, great. That just made my fucking day.
Had
But
you
then
been looking?
it's
Had you been
fine.
looking?
You
How
go
did
in
you notice it?
because it was a big honking thing on my hand.
What did it look like?
A little mini volcano.
Oh, really? So
This is a
it wasn't
PSA.
wasn't like a
This is a
mole or
PSA.
anything?
It was very much like a mole, but moles don't come up that fast. You know what I thought
Yeah.
it was like one of those little calcium deposits. Sometimes you get them in your earlobe.
Uh
Well,
huh.
I get them. I'm a kidney patient, you know, so I get a lot of these around, and I thought it was just one of those.
Yeah.
But no, whatever. So get those little cancery things checked, folks. Raj, what do you got there?
A gummy.
Oh, it's a gummy. I thought it was a growth. We were talking about.
I
Thought it was
know.
some.
I was trying to.
Thought it was a
I was trying to
horrible
pretend I had a
revelation
growth.
above. Hey,
I was
Raj,
like,
get
I
some more
gotta put.
light on the subject. Turn on your light. Where's your
Oh
lamp?
my god.
I hate to play
Hold on.
director here, but let's get so you're very grainy and mysterious. You got kind of a David Lynch vibe. Hello, it's 2:50. I've got a gummy bear.
I can't
74
find.
degrees. Beautiful, beautiful day.
You can't
I
find
can't find it.
Toronto?
We lost
It's
Lynch.
like
We
Kamari.
lost Lynch. Who's behind you? Is that is that a
It's a little
child?
a little
Hey,
monster. Yeah,
is that Mickey? All right.
yeah,
Oops.
little monster.
All right. Little cameo. So my son got a job at the sports store up the way, a 10-minute drive, and they got a pinball machine there. So whenever I
It's
drop him off for work, and it's on free play, because it's a play. They got like this pair of Jordan sneakers that are priced at like I think $100,000 for those.
it's
That's
it's
his
a memorabilia.
prize.
It's a memorabilia store.
Jordan, yes, it is. Jordan signed both of them.
Damn.
And so, like, the elbow pads start at $5,000 because
Jesus.
everything's signed. It's insane. So
Yeah,
there's a
a game worn.
Mandalorian pinball machine in there set on free play. You know, so every time I drop my son off for work, I got to go in there and make sure my high score is intact.
It's Karamo.
What's
Not
Karamo?
come on. It's not come on.
It's the guy's name is Karamo.
That's the
K A
Karamo.
R A M O.
that's a character.
That's the new.
Oh, Karamo.
No, that's the guy who's doing the daytime talk show.
It's
He's
like,
the new
that's a,
Springer.
I was like, it's a character from Mandalorian. We have no use for you around here, Karamo. Go back to Sector 7. Karamo. Karamo.
But you can't play a pinball machine on free play when there's a bunch of kids standing around. That just doesn't work. The place has got
That's
to
not
be
cool.
empty. Place has got to
Yeah.
be empty if I'm going to play a machine, you know.
Yeah.
And when you're by yourself, it's also you get weird looks because everybody has their families like on a Saturday afternoon. And then it's just me and
Mm-hmm.
my green jacket and dark glasses playing pinball.
It's okay. There's a few different rooms. The pinball's kind of off on the side.
There's always middle-aged psycho guys who are buzzing around the newer machines. So you're never the only guy, really.
This
And
is
then
the only
they always
pinball machine. This is the only pinball machine in the 10-mile radius. This is Westchester. It's not New York City. It's a pinball
well,
wasteland up here, is what I'm saying. But I know what you're
you've been
saying, Roger.
threatening to open up the
In the
pinball
places
warehouse.
in the places that do have a lot of pinball, you got your classic machines and then like the brand new machines. And there is a certain dude that always hangs around the one that's got to be spanking new, the new release. You can't get on the new release machine because it's this 42-year-old guy on it,
And he's
hogging it
yeah,
up.
he's like a pro, like a golf pro,
Right.
but pinball pro. Yeah.
He's not a pro per se, but he does compete. He's rated. He's a rated player.
A pinball wizard, if you will.
If you
If you
will.
will. A wizard of
Yeah.
pinball.
I'm the Grand Wizard of Pinball for my town.
Okay. Grand wizard. You like pinball, boy?
Put
In
the
the WWF,
put the
in the
best bowl in. Put the best bowl in. When you make the trophy, make sure people understand where it's come from.
oh my God.
Grand wizard of pinball.
Didn't we have the Grand Wizard of Wrestling? Wasn't he one of the big managers? There was Lou Albano, Classy Fred Blassie. This is WWF.
A KKK
And the,
guy?
and the Grand Wizard of Wrestling. He wore a turban, and I think he handled
No,
the
never any
Hussein
reason to use.
Arab.
Never
The
reason to
Hussein
use
Arab,
that
of
term.
course, changed his name.
You're probably watching Karamo.
I'm telling you, that was his name. It was the 70s. He was old, and he had the perpetual wet lip. He's the kind of guy who always had a wet lower lip. Very wet and shiny.
Oh,
Saliva.
like Charles Nelson Riley?
He had a Riley.
That's another
Ernie
thing.
Ro-
Best wet
Ernie
lip
Roth.
actor.
Ernie Roth.
Who's Ernie Roth?
He was the Grand Wizard of Wrestling. He was a character. He was a manager character.
Yes, he was.
No
He never
reason.
And he wore a
never broke
turban?
sweat.
No
He
reason
never
to use
broke-
that
Wore a turban or
terminology.
something?
There's only
did.
one thing that uses it, the Grand Wizard, that terminology. There's no reason. Other than,
Uh-oh,
than
here
other-
comes the boys from the Triple K.
What about
The
the
Triple
Knights of
K
Columbus?
Association is in here.
Okay, why are you using Grand Wizard? None other than admiration for a
He was a
wonderful
hocus pocus
organization.
wizard. He had the turban with the big stone in the center. He was like more of a cartoon Johnny Quest wizard.
Yes, I see that. But even still, the terminology. You don't have to be the Grand Wizard. He could have just been the Wizard of Wrestling.
You know, I never took a KKK inference from that back in the time. I see it now.
I don't
but
think I
even
did
then-
either, but wrestling was popular in the South. He was like, "Oh, a Grand Wizard. Okay, well, I get it. He's in
Well, they had their own league in the South. I'm sorry, the North and the South had a Mason-Dixon line when it came to wrestling. But it was all broken up in regions naturally.
They all wrestled in
There's always playful.
They all
There's
wrestled
always
in different
playful
ones.
homages to outdated stereotypes that some people still found quite funny
Amusing.
in the break room.
They probably thought it was funny. That's why.
Don't you remember
Now it's
Slavey
like
Johnson?
comedy's fucking dead.
One of the first black wrestlers, Slavey
Comedy's
Johnson.
fucking dead. You can't do anything.
Slavey Johnson. He'd come in chains. He'd take off his chains in the ring.
Get out of here.
Slavey Johnson
Yep.
fighting for his freedom.
Mr. That's a Mr. Show bit.
Oh no. The Grand Wizard hit him in the back of the head with a baseball bat.
These guys.
They used to do that. The Grand Wizard would lynch him in the middle of the ring.
Put him on the cover
Yeah, in
of
the
the
20s. In the 1800s, it was actual lynching. But in the 1820s, they still faked it. The beginning of wrestling. You lynch the bad guy. And then 1,000 people in town would show up and applaud, buy popcorn and stuff.
Nothing was beneath wrestling. Wrestling was totally unafraid to pull any racist move, any sexist move. It didn't matter what it was. It was all writing. They were going to go for it. They did. They used all that shit. They played into
Yeah.
all those stereotypes, using people's hatred, getting people really legitimately angry at Andy Kaufman. Got the vein coming out of their neck, ready to have a
Well,
conniption.
that was one of the things is that Andy he went to that Southern Wrestling League, which I used to watch when I would visit Memphis.
It was the mid where it
Yeah,
gets serious.
my relatives
dad
were
would
really
yell.
into that.
I'm sorry.
What's that?
My dad would yell at me and my brother for watching wrestling. Like, they're fucking idiots, and they're, you know, whatever he'd say, like, these fucking ignorant bastards or something, and I'd be like,
I gotta say,
I'm like,
every
Dad, no, this is
Yeah.
all an act. We know it's not real. Like, don't get upset that we know this isn't real. Like, but it's hard to explain back. Like, no, what
Right,
we
'cause
like about it is the bits.
If it's
The
not
bits are really
right.
funny. We barely care about the wrestling, really. You know, that was what I really loved was the bits. And
Of course, yeah.
now Billy, what's his face? Well, from the Smashing Pumpkins, he's trying to get a wrestling league going, and it's
Corgan?
actually going to be on Roku.
Oh,
On a
really?
Roku channel. Yeah, so I mean,
What is he trying to do
that's
that's
a little
different?
bump.
Wait a minute. The Smashing Pumpkins guy is starting a wrestling league?
It sounds insane, Delaney, but it's true.
For crying out loud.
Billy Corgan of the Smashing Pumpkins.
We got Vince McMahon's wife running the education, well, trying to close the education department. It's insane.
If the Iron Sheik was alive, they wouldn't be doing this shit.
More power to him. If we had more Iron Sheiks, this wouldn't be happening.
Iron Sheik would probably be in, like, if he's
My
still
friend-
alive, they'd probably put him in Super Slam or whatever they call that shit.
You think so?
Like
Hey,
I
we're
was
calling
saying,
you because there's a situation with Iran again. Oh my God, man! I've been waiting for this call.
They used that. I was watching it live in Florida when we had the Hussein Arab down there, and he was outed. He was outed by Eric Embry, who went on wrestling with a picture of the Hussein Arab with Iran, because he wrestled for Iran in the Olympics, of course.
Hussein
which was public.
His
Public
name was
knowledge.
Hussein Arab.
The Hussein Arab, and he had the shoes with the curled toes. He had shoes with like spikes.
Is this the Iron
They were
Sheik's?
curled.
Is this pre-Iron Sheik? His character?
This is how he transitioned to the Iron Sheik. And Eric Embry, someone hit him with a chair, and something went wrong because he got stitches. He had 7 stitches down his head, and he came out. He had the picture of the Hussein Arab, and he said, "The man is Iranian. The man is from Iran." And he was outed. And he was forced to change his name to the Iron Sheik.
They don't have sheiks there, yeah. That's
But
so funny.
The Iron Sheik is the funny thing about that is that the Iron Sheik is just as generic as the Hussein Arab.
Oh yeah. Hussein Arab.
He was my favorite. Iron Sheik was my favorite, and the Russians were my favorite.
He was the
like everyone that was a heel, you know.
They teamed up, of course. They had an axis.
Yeah.
They got the Russian guy. They got Nikolai Volkov to come
The
together.
Axis of Evil.
So
yeah.
the point is, they used that. They used that hatred that Americans had for Iran at the time just for entertainment, just for weaving stories.
So,
It's a
Horatio,
mirror of
did
society.
you met Iron Sheik, right?
I did meet the Iron Sheik. Yeah, I brought him weed.
Bring me marijuana. You are friend.
Oh my God.
My medicine.
He said, "My medicine, my medicine. You friend, you good friend. You bring me medicine. Before you come here, I cannot get up from the chair, and I take a little bit of this marijuana, and I'm fucking happy. I'm great." And he got up and like in the hotel room.
That's a revival moment.
And I'm like, "Well, why don't they just give this guy weed and make him go wrestle again?" He's pretty old. He's pretty old.
Was that in Vegas?
That was in L.A. because I knew the guys that managed him.
Oh wow! So did he live in L.A. or did he live in? I thought he lived in Vegas.
He lived like in Atlanta or something weird like that. Yeah.
I know you would call him
Some
Stern.
house in Atlanta.
So he was on the road. He was in L.A. and he didn't have his usual supply.
No, well, they were doing it. They did a documentary of him,
It's on one of these channels. It's pretty good actually. It's pretty funny, and it does cover that he was an Olympic Iranian, and then he was also a bodyguard for the Shah or some shit like that.
Who, by the way, the son is proposing to go back. Like they want him.
I know. He's
Like
gonna
they
get
want him.
assassinated in like 5 minutes.
What now?
The son of the Shah is he's
son
proposing.
of the Shah of Iran.
The son of the
wants to
Shah.
go back to Iran.
He's proposing.
He
He's
said,
like,
I'll come back and fix. No, we can do it like we used to do it. I know my dad's. I got all the books. My dad showed me how to do it.
The last thing they want.
I'm sure. Yeah, come on back, man. We want you. Yeah.
Shah, that's just what we
You can
need.
dance. When I come back, you can dance again. But if you're against me, you better watch out. Then you have no protections.
Hey, you think prisons are bad? You ain't seen nothing till you seen these secret prisons. Terrible.
Fellers, I hate to break up the fun broadcast,
I gotta
but
do
I
the
gotta
same
get
thing.
going.
I do
haven't
too.
eaten.
I do
Happy
too.
vacation.
Love you guys.
Have a good one. Try to see you next week.
I
I'll be in another place.
I might invite you to a Zoom.
Oh, great.
Okay.
Yes. Do so.
Yeah, let's zoom it up.
What are you gonna do next week, Jerry?
Be in Evanston.
Oh, okay.
Edmonton.
Evanston.
Really? Oh, Evanston.
Evanston.
Edmonton. No.
I heard Edmonton.
No.
Evanston.
Yeah.
All
What
right,
can you do in
everybody.
Evanston? All right. Bye,
By the
everybody.
beach. Have a good day, guys.
Enjoy. All
Have a
right,
good one too. Bye, bye.